All right, happy Monday, everybody. Glad you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great day. Glad you're hanging out with us here in Raiderland. What are we going to do tonight? We got a little tech basketball. We got a little Super Bowl talk. We got a little this and that. We got the unraveling of NIL being governed by the NCAA, SEC taking over, Big Ten taking over. And that's really, I think as it should be, right? I think that's as it should be. I don't know how you guys feel. The demise of college sports as we know it is a good thing if you're a Texas Tech fan. And here's why. Because the last 50 years of college sports, if you're a Tech fan, it's been kind of frustrating, at least on the football level and maybe other places. All right. We're going to go as long as we can. Allergies are killing us. Pollen is high right now. Of course, it's early mid February, and why would we not have high pollen counts? Good grief. So, yeah, we want you to get in on the text line 806 772 0197. If you're on Twitter or YouTube, just hit us up in the comment section. Facebook, people do what you do. You know what to do. All right. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans. All you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You go there every day. We have our fresh morning columns for you every day, including Raiderland hot links, which I hope you guys are digging the hot links. We scour the internets far and wide to bring you cool stuff. If you guys see stuff during the day you think your friends in Raiderland would like, send them our way. Put them in the comment section. Email me. Hit us up on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. We want to hear about it. Damon says the talking box is on. The talking box is on. Now, you guys on Twitter and on YouTube, hit us up in the comments section. You guys on Facebook, let us know the audio is good, the video is good, and we'll get on down the road. See, I got this like permacough thing going on. Probably got the COVID like 5 years too late. Helmet stickers on Monday. Who deserves a little recognition in your world, sports or otherwise? Whether it's Texas Tech basketball or, I don't know, your wife made a great meal. Chili's yesterday. It was really good for us. Or anything else. Texas Tech men's basketball. We released a commentary earlier today. Perhaps you saw it, heard it. I hope you do. 60 seconds of Raiderland. Be following that. Another reason you should subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. So you get that when it comes out. And it's why February is the toughest month of college basketball. This is the hardest month, not March, not January, February. You're tired, you're beat up. So some Tech fans are going, my gosh, they lost 2 games. They lost on the road. They came back home and they lost to Cincinnati. Oh, no. No, not oh, no. We'll talk about that with you tonight if you want to. And then Super Bowl. If Mahomes ever wanted to go full Aaron Rodgers and to an extent Tom Brady and just tell a lot of his family, yeah, we got to go now. You got to go now. We'd get it. The story breaking last night, his father arrested for alleged DUI. Not the first time. We were aware of these issues when he was at Texas Tech. Sadly, I say sadly, guys. I think it's sadly, and I hate it for Patrick Mahomes, and I certainly hate it for his dad. But this one could sting a little bit. We'll see. Will it impact the game? I don't think so. Pro athletes have an amazing ability and the wherewithal these days to insulate and cocoon themselves really from almost anything that's going on outside their life. He's not having to deal with his dad the way you would have to deal with your dad if something like this happened. He's not having to function at that interpersonal level the way you might. And then there would be some that would say maybe he hasn't for a while, and that makes it easier. I didn't say that. I said there might be some that would say. So the people that are rushing to go, this is going to impact the game, this is going to impact the Super Bowl. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it will. Hi there, Harry. Hi there, Michael. Glad you're watching. You guys on Twitter, you guys on YouTube Live, hit us in the comments section. We'll get to you as we go through. So we've got that. And then we're going to, I'm not going to get into the Pac-2 veto story that's coming out today, that the college football playoff might be held hostage and everything about it going forward by Oregon State and Washington State. And here's why. Because if they do exercise any sort of veto power, the hell that will rain down on them for the next 50 years, they can kiss anything and everything goodbye from ever having a chance to have any seat at the table, small as it may be, deservedly small as it may be. So that's my thought on that story right now. It's a bluff. It's not even a good bluff because Greg Sankey is just going to say, "Really? Okay, do that. You go ahead. You go ahead, Oregon State and Washington State. See what happens to your non-conference schedule. See what happens to your basketball schedule. See what happens to your institutions going forward for the next 20 years. You will exist not in exile, in nothing. Able was I saw Elba. Anybody that can give me that reference? CJ, Chris, you'll be good. All right, helmet stickers. Who gets yours this week? Where should we start? All right, let's start with some helmet stickers. How about the Texas Tech alumni band once again showing up at United Supermarkets Arena to play instead of the court jesters? Now, it wasn't that the court jesters were on holiday. The band members had a student concert. All right, I guess we're still students, right? I guess the students should go to the student. But man, these old guys, they're wearing them out. And then, how do they bribe them? They give them a little crappy box of Chick-fil-A. Not saying Chick-fil-A is crappy, but I saw the box. I saw the little box. It's a little box. Each and every one of them should have that big, massive deli tray where you get like 500 spiraled out chicken nuggets. That's what the alumni court jesters should get. And also, they're old. They're tired. Give them like a nap, too. Basketball. Tech only gets one. Robert Jennings. He showed up on Saturday, did what he could. Not many other people did. After that, we are told that we are supposed to get a helmet sticker, the highly coveted Raiderland helmet sticker. Old? What's your name? No, they're old. Trust me. I'm old. I can call anybody old. I am old. I can do it. Anyone who watched the Pro Bowl gets a Raiderland helmet sticker. Anyone who watched the... Set? No? Now, I'm being told now, no, anyone who watched the Pro Bowl needs immediate scientific help right now. Significant help. Sorry, no helmet sticker for you. If you watched any of that yesterday and you're not 12 years old, you need help. Lady Raider basketball voice, Mark Finkner, my old friend, the pride of Petersburg, the big transmission, his own self, the international man of mystery and intrigue. As we come back here in the seventh inning, he gets a helmet sticker for not taking in any Skyline chili in Cincinnati. Lady Raiders had a rough go, got down big, fought back, had it back to one, started the fourth, 3 straight turnovers. It devolved into a bad fourth quarter, and you got beat big. But no, Mark Finkner did not make anything worse by going up there. And we warned him, said, don't do it, Mark. Because if anybody would do it, if anybody would go up there, it'd be Finkner going, I got to get me, I'm up here in Cincinnati, I'm going to get me some of that Skyline chili. I mean, this is a man who drugged me to an In-N-Out burger in Anaheim, California in 2001 because he'd never had an In-N-Out burger, and it came out basically raw. It was horrible. It was awful. We were playing out there in the Cal State Fullerton Regional. So I just knew that he could be seduced by the siren call of Cincinnati chili. I know better. Skyline chili is crap. It is spaghetti with some sort of bad meat sauce, maybe ragu. He didn't have any. Can you imagine how bad the trip would have been if Fink had gone and got the chili? Helmet sticker, Fink. All right. Gas stations are going to get a helmet sticker today who have good Diet Coke on Fountain Tap. I wonder if Marcus had a Runza. No, he's never been up. Well, no, he's been to Nebraska. obviously, mainly in Lincoln. I'm trying to think, he's not been to Omaha. I don't think he's had a Runza. He's had the Runzas. Gas stations with good tasting Diet Coke on a fountain drink. Why are the fountain drinks getting worse and worse and worse at our local gas stations, truck stops, and whatever? America, we need to rise up. South Plains, West Texas, we need to rise up. It's awful. I have found one, and I'm going to try to get them to advertise with us here in Raiderland. I hope you guys will endorse them, that it's good fountain drink. Finally, Ludwig Aberg, Udvig, Inga Taga. Doesn't matter what you call him, great golfer. He should have won. He would have won, I think, Pebble Beach Pro-Am. So Wyndham goes off and cards the 60 on Saturday, and then they predetermined, well, it's going to be too rainy. Might rain. We can't get the tournament. So they ended the tournament prematurely. Those of you in Muleshoe, prematurely means early. And he finished second by a stroke. I got a feeling we're going to have some helmet stickers on Aberg's bag as the year goes along. It might rain. We got to shut down everything. Santa, I need a racetrack. Hit a $1,400 superfecta. The next day, they don't let you race. I hate it when that happens. Yeah, I don't think he said a Runza. All right, so helmet stickers. Who gets yours for being awesome, sports or otherwise? Texas Tech men's basketball. What is concerning you? What is not concerning you right now? Why should you be concerned? Why should you not be concerned? I will give you that. And then if you want to talk about the Super Bowl, I ain't going to bet against Mahomes. I might not take Mahomes and the Chiefs, but I ain't going to bet against them. What do you think? We'll talk more about that as the week goes on. You need to check out my Twitter feed at Ryan Hyatt Media, Sharp Angle Syndicate. If you are thinking about doing prop bets, friends, family, or otherwise, go watch our show. Be educated. Go watch our show, sharpanglesyndicate.com. Me, Stevie Shrimp, Smitty Bucks, Wilds, Virginia. They just made it a live tour event instead. Yeah, they played it backwards like a live tour event, but I get what you're saying. Hate the home loss, but those two road wins in Austin and Norman give you a bit of cushion. Yeah. I mean, what you saw this weekend was the Big 12 in action, or this week, going on the road to TCU. Good team, close game. You didn't do enough right to win. It's a small margin. Same thing at home. You weren't horrible. You weren't horrible against Cincinnati. You just weren't good enough to beat a good team. Well, they don't have a great record. They're in the Big 12. Welcome to playing in the ACC 10 years ago, the Big East 25, 30 years ago. Welcome to playing in those types of conferences. And I think a lot of Tech fans get it. Now, there are a lot of vociferous Tech fans. And vociferous, for those of you in Muleshoe, that means they've got really big Twitter. All of a sudden, everybody's leaving my house. Bye. Oh, well, it's me and the dogs now. A couple of cats. They have big, vociferous voices on social media, but I don't think they get what it means to play in the Big 12. I'll say it like I've said it the last couple of years. You can't say you play in the Big 12 and live in the roughest, toughest neighborhood and not expect to get roughed up a time or two. You don't have a margin for error, and you had error the last two games. Now, so do I panic? Do I go, this team can't compete? This is this is who they are. That's all. No, this is a good basketball team. This is a team. HoopsHD.com would be on the 6th line right now. In fact, they are well within the bracket line. We're not even talking about being in the tournament right now. We're talking about being a protected seed. And you're going to bounce back and forth between that 6, 7, 3, 4 line, depending on what you do. So you can't sit here on one hand and say best conference in America and then gripe when you live in it. You got to be like the ACC teams, the Big Ten teams, maybe I don't know, 15 years ago, Big East teams would talk about that, where you have 6 and 7 conference losses and get to the NCAA tournament. You go, God, thank God I don't have to play anybody hard again until like the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight, maybe. That's what this is. Now, one cause of concern, Joe Toussaint. I have said from the beginning of the year he was the biggest acquisition. He can and will be and is, I believe, the straw that stirs the drink, not necessarily the drink. Apologies to Reggie Jackson in 1977, but he's been out of sorts the last couple of games. Not really sure why. At times it feels like pressing, going too fast. At times it feels like an uncertainty on when to go. Don't know what's going on. I don't think, Grant McCaslin knows what's going on. Hell, Joe Toussaint probably didn't know what's going on. That you go through things as a player and you're just out of sorts. He's got to get back in sorts. This team's ceiling, I believe, rests on him, not on Pop Isaacs, not on Chance Millen, not on anyone named Washington, it rests on Joe Toussaint's shoulders because of the way you have to run this offense and function going forward. We'll see. I ain't worried. I ain't concerned. I'm intrigued. All right. Those are my basketball thoughts. Go back and look at the commentary. Why February is the toughest month. Damon, helmet sticker to NASCAR for starting the Clash 24 hours early. If they'd waited, they would have had a fishing tournament. Agreed. My gosh, one of the rare times they've done that. We begged them in 2011 at Texas Motor Speedway. We begged them a couple of years later. Run the Cup event on Saturday. Screw Fox. But they, whatever. Documentary series on Netflix. It's not totally NASCAR. It's not Drivers 360. That's going back like 25 years. Has anyone seen that? I stumbled on it Saturday and started watching it. And then I read a review on Outkick.com from the NASCAR guy there, loving it. I got into it. I was starting to get into it. I just didn't have time to invest. It reminds me of a lot of the stuff that Fox was doing back in the early 2000s, behind the scenes stuff. Has anyone seen this? My two NASCAR friends that are still out there, my NASCAR loving family. I guess not. Martin Adaras, when you have, he's watching. Haven't seen it yet. Do you know what? Even what I'm talking about, Chris, because what little I've seen, it looks pretty good. Gone from NASCAR for a decade now. Yeah, I get it. Hey, Trace, I get it. Me and my friends that used to go to Texas Motor Speedway twice a year, different groups and, infield motorhomes and everything, scaffolding, nothing lately. Hadn't had time to watch it. Well, Damon, don't you have kids? It's hard to watch stuff if you get kids. I get everybody. I understand. I am living the NASCAR decline. And I can't figure out whether it's me, whether it's NASCAR, whether it's the racing, whether I aged out of my drivers, because that happened to me a little bit with the NFL to an extent. But I root for logos, helmets, and just good games. Then all of a sudden Mahomes shows up. But with NASCAR, it was entirely built around single individual drivers that when I got back into NASCAR in the late 90s, literally in 99, 2000, the young guns, all the people, I'm not going to go through it. You know who I'm talking about. And was a huge Tony Stewart fan right off the bat when he transitioned out of IndyCar open wheel and went full-time NASCAR, and kind of aged up through that. And my literal last guy, the last man standing for me in NASCAR, was Kevin Harvick this past year. And even with Harvick, I've been like, dude, you got kids, you got everything. I got kids. We're busy. I'd love to, I can't, but and it's hard for me to latch on to a Ryan Blaney as much as we love Dave Blaney, Brett Yormark's marketing back in the early 2000s, he sucked me in, baby. Media intern, Brett Yormark. And for a while, I tried to ascribe it to the idea, and maybe you guys can understand this. Depending on how old you are, you wake up one day and you're older than everybody in whatever sport it is that you care about. Football, baseball, football came faster. Me and Brett Favre tracking. What? Brett, you're going to quit? You can't quit, Brett. We're not done yet. Never mind the fact I can't get out of bed. You keep baseball, basketball. That you go through this as a sports fan and you wake up one day, whether it's in your 30s or 40s or whenever it is, and all of a sudden everybody your age is out of the sport. And it's really hard, I think, as a 30 or 40-year-old man to look at a 20-something and be a fanboy. It's not easy to do. You appreciate it. You applaud it a little bit. Like I appreciate and applaud Mahomes. I have a connection with Mahomes, whatever. But you don't do it the same way you kind of did a hero worship to a point. Now Tony Stewart is going to race a different kind of open wheel this year. Indianapolis. And what else is he doing? Is he doing some more IndyCar? What else is he doing? So you go through this weird transition as a sports fan, and I think, I know, actually, this is proven. It's one reason why golf is so popular with men in their 40s and 50s, because you got a few more guys that are a little bit older and everything playing. He's doing the Top Fuel? No. No, he didn't kill that guy. He walked out in front of it there at Eldora. Was it Eldora? Which track was it? No, 2013. He didn't kill him. That dude was hopped up on drugs. Shouldn't have been allowed to race. I will stand by that. I know exactly what Trace is talking about. That was suicide by stupidity on that one. Tragic. No more than Richard Petty killed a 9-year-old boy driving Top Fuel dragsters in the 1960s. Go Google that. Is he NHR Top Fuel? Are we sure on this, Damon? I knew he was screwing around with it. I didn't think we were going to go Top Fuel. Maybe so. Still got my 2000 cap from Tony Stewart. Yeah, no, that dude was messed up, Trace. I've talked to enough people. I've talked to 2 people that are actually there on the grounds when that happened. And, now, obviously there were going to be insurance settlements and everything else. But no, he didn't kill him. He did not swerve up the track. He didn't do that. But it was a salacious story at the time. I'm impressed even Trace knows about that. There's probably not like 3 people who know what we're talking about here. We're going to get pregnant, Tony, in the right. Well, okay, good. That's all right. Better than Tony being pregnant. I think we can all agree on that. I got like a couple of minutes here. We're totally off track. If you want to do helmet stickers, fire them away. You want to do Texas Tech men basketball questions, thoughts on that, fire away. Anything on Super Bowl and Mahomes. But you guys got me off on the NASCAR stuff, and that's fine. And I'm fired up. We got Daytona coming up. I'm going to tell you some of the most fun I've had was covering NASCAR events at Texas Motor Speedway, getting a chance to be welcomed into the NASCAR community by Eddie Gossage, junior track president, Burton, all of them at Texas Motor and SMI, but really the whole NASCAR media. The guys you see on TV, Fox and NBC, I met almost all of them, had a chance to visit. All that bunch, the different guys, Bob Pockras, trying to think of different people that average people might know. They are the coolest group of people to hang around. And getting to do that a couple of times a year. And then I had a show for a while. It's called the Red Dirt Drive. Dangle NASCAR show first. Dangle NASCAR show, man. Dangle show, man. And then Red Dirt Drive. And we did that for about 4 years. And I got a chance to visit with so many people around the NASCAR community, get to know them, and it was so cool. So cool. Helmet sticker to all subs, Diet Coke fountain. Sucks. If it sucks, you can still get a burrito. Absolutely. All subs took over the truck stop in Ropes and then got sold out to Yes Way, but they still have the all subs burrito. So got that going for us. Was it Jamestown? I thought it was a Midwest. Maybe it was. Have to double check on that, Damon. Don't give me the line. But my point on the NASCAR stuff is it was still hyper growth in the early mid 2000s when I started getting back into the media coverage with them. And everybody was so happy to work with you. Drivers, owners, invited back into haulers, hang out, do this. I got to sit on the top of, haulers during practice and wear headsets and listen. That it was stuff you would never get in the NFL or Major League Baseball. And it was just such a human deal. It was so cool. Watkins Glen weekend. Okay, that's all right. Then it's probably up there. You're probably right on that on the New York track. I was probably thinking Midwest and Eldora just because of the ownership on that. So I apologize. See, I mean, where else am I going to be doing what I'm doing? I've told this story before, but what the hell? We're doing stories. So several years ago, wrapping up the end of a late day of practice at Texas Motor Speedway on a Friday, I am it's back there. It's closed pits. It's closed or whatever, but I happen to have an in with one of the teams. Like I said, I've been up on top of the hauler, and I'm leaving, and I'm walking through the lot, where all the trucks are parked and everything. And there's the 43 Smithfield truck, and they got a grill out in front and everything. The grill's going and everything. And I hear this voice, "Hey, brother, you want a burger?" And I'm doing a horrible job on it. And I look over there, and there aren't 25 people around us back there. And it's Richard freaking Petty with a little propane grill cooking burgers in front of the 43 hauler, hat and all, asking me if I want a burger. What the hell do you think my answer was? Yes, sir. Yes, I do. And I walk over there with my equipment and everything. I'm hauling it back out. We were just outside of turn 3 in the area where the RV was that weekend, and had all my stuff with. Hey, brother, take a load off. Sit down, man. Have a burger. Damn right I did. And I had a burger. I had a cheeseburger with Richard Petty, Texas Motor Speedway, hauler lot. Where do you do this? What's the equivalent of that in the National Football League? You guys tell me that. Those of you that are still watching, those of you that are watching on replay, you tell me, what is the equivalent of that in your media experience, in your fan experience? Just me and him. Now, I'm finishing up the burger, and some people are coming in and everything. Now, you tell me what that is. That for 10 minutes, and we were chatting, he was like, "Yeah, I saw you up on top of the 71, man. He got a good drive, but he just, they just need some money. That's what they need. They just need some money. Money buys speed, and he just doesn't have any speed. And he's a good driver, but he's a good kid." The whole time when this was going on, I'm sitting there going, how can I try to explain to him that my son only knows him through the movie Cars and the dyno car, 43, and what do we do? And I couldn't figure out a way to do anything. A beer with Dick Butkus and Bubba Smith. Okay, there you go. That's pretty good, Damon. We got like 2 minutes. I'm going to go overtime on this. If anybody can jump in and beat that, what's the other sort version of having a cheeseburger with Richard Petty? You know, what would that be? A beer and yeah, beer with Dick Bunkinson. That's pretty good. And I don't know what it'd be. Getting into a fight at a strip club with Billy Martin. No way, that's probably a lot of people have done that. That's probably not that big a deal when you get right down to it. I have been blessed to do a lot of cool things. That's what I like about it. All right, you guys enjoy the show. We're going to get out of here. Big day tomorrow. Or not 2 word. I still say that. Tuesday's best. Brett Favre making a bratwurst. How about this? Brett Favre gets me 2 Vicodin in a Miller Lite. Tuesday's best. Best thing ever ate. Topic, we're always talking food, all that stuff. And then the Raiderland hot links. Check out the commentary. We'll have a new one for you tomorrow. Jump bones. Hey, I saw your little video doing the open mic stuff, by the way. You got to get out and play more. You really got come out this way. My guitar's totally out of tune. It's sitting over there, just looking like crap over there. It's totally out of tune. I will play with you anytime, Trace. Yeah, I saw that getting up on the open mic. That's pretty cool, man. A cigar with Michael Jordan. There you go. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Back in the day, a line of Coke with Michael Irvin. Welcome to the hard line. Anybody get it? Get it? Get it? Welcome to the hard line. Yeah, yes. I'll be touring in here. You need to. I didn't. Don't take this wrong. You sing better than I thought you could sing. Don't. Yeah. All right. We got to shut it down. I could go over there and pick up that guitar right now and play something really bad. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it tonight. It's a good guitar. It's an old Alvarez. Bridge is a little cracked on it. I need some work done on it. I got to get it reset up. Actually, I'm going to give it to my son. His hands, he's got bigger hands than I do. It's really about a half size too big for those who know guitars as far as setup. And I'm going to give it to him. And Trace, you'll appreciate this. You know, he's going off to college in the fall. I said, you need to learn how to play about 4 songs, maybe a Jimmy Buffett song, whatever. And you do that at parties. That's all you got to do. And then you just put the guitar up and you're done. About 3 or 4, that's the only set list you need. You know, back in the day, Every Rose Has Its Thorns was a good one too. You could play. Wasting Away in Margaritaville, always a quality song. You know, 3 chords in the truth. Yeah, but I never could decide which 3 chords. There was A, D, and E, or they're going to go F, C, G, A minor, E minor. I don't know, F sharp. It gets confusing. I would settle for like 2.5 chords in an average. G, C, D. Hold on a second. Let me see what we got here. Yes. Yeah, I gotta get that from. Got to get it restrung. It's messed up. It happens. Yeah, well. Okay, now Albert's wanting me to get a little adventurous with that. Helmet sticker for the 35th. Is it 35th? Yeah, 35th anniversary. It should be a national holiday. And truly, I remember watching it when it came out. We're still going, by the way. I don't, for whatever reason, I don't remember it being 3 parts. I guess it was, but I don't remember it being 3 parts. Yeah. Everybody's got their favorite chords, you know. I like D, C to G, and do it that way. Or you can go G, E minor, C, D. Repeat that, you got a Robert Earl Keen song in a half a second. No, it wasn't 4 parts. What was it? 4 parts? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? No. It was 3 parts. Hell. I barely remember it. And I know I missed at least one of the parts live on TV. Not sure which one. And it wasn't like back then we could figure out how to program the VCR, because nobody how to do it. We're just trying to figure out how to make the Nintendo system work. All right, we got to shut it down. We've gone too long. Why are they in on a Wednesday? All right, end stream. Ending stream. Boom. This will take the Twitter